On Social Capital Conference. Lara Wellman is with me from Social Capital Conference. You're the organizer. And next to you is Bob Ledrew from Translucid Communications. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
This is the third year for Social Capital Conference, right?
That's right.
And you've expanded because, well, tell me why you've expanded.
Well, we've been doing it on a Saturday, and it's just kind of a typical conference. And what we really wanted to do was create learning opportunities for people. So we're doing that again this year, but then we wanted to go even further in depth. So on the Friday, we're now having hands-on workshop sessions. They're 3-hour blocks.
So yeah, because not everyone is that type of learner who can sit in a keynote speech or a seminar and take away enough without getting their hands in there with an expert, right?
Yeah. Or you want to do a bit of both, right?
Right.
So,
that's perfect. So that happens this
next Friday
and Saturday at Algonquin College.
That's right.
Okay. So what are some of the things? First of all, who do you see show up at this conference?
Well, Social Capital is great because it's almost everybody. People who blog personally, people who work in social media and government, small business owners. Everybody comes together and just shares their information and their expertise.
Excellent.
And there are tracks. One of the things that Lara and the organizers have done is created tracks. So if you're a beginner, there's a beginner track for you. There are sessions also designed to help people who have more experience and are actually, up to their hips in social media.
Now, Bobby, you're doing a couple of workshops.
I'm doing a session called "Why You Are Stupid."
Okay. And it's not
you specifically, but
that would be a long session. Yeah, so it's really about everybody who makes mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and this is something that stuck out to us. We like this: 10 ways to suck at social media. Social media is very important in business, and there's no ignoring it anymore, is there?
There isn't.
There really isn't. I mean, at your own peril, right?
I think at the start, what people did was they sort of said, okay, we'll have this person over here and they'll do our social media, but they'll be totally divorced from everything else an organization does. Mm-hmm. And what's happening now is people are starting to realize that what happens online and what happens in social media has impacts on every aspect of business, and you have to have it integrated into every aspect of what you're doing.
Let's pick 3 of your favorites out of this list and this is tongue-in-cheek, obviously, 10 ways to suck at social media. So these are do not do's. Don't do it, right?
That's right.
So where do we start on your favorites? Not all of them, just a couple.
Well, number 7 is one of my favorites. Don't just put your print ads online, right?
Oh, yeah.
Copy paste. Just don't do that. If you want to suck at social media, you're going to take your print ad, you're going to put it online and think it's going to work. Right,
because people expect an expanded experience online. Is that true?
Yeah, and I mean, I think what the big surprise for me as someone who works in social media is to see that I thought we were through with that when sort of the first versions of websites came out and they were referred to as brochureware. Mm-hmm. I thought we were done with that. But now there's sort of this second wave of people just sort of throwing out their advertising copy and saying, here we go, we're done.
All right, what's next on the list?
My favorite is number 5, engagement is for chumps.
Maybe you can explain engagement really quickly.
So engagement is sort of the holy grail for social media folks. What you want to do is have customers, clients, all of the people that you're interested in start to talk to you and you start to talk with them, as opposed to just talking at them the way an advertising paradigm does.
Right.
So if you just go out in the blind search for people to like your page on Facebook and never actually talk to them, engage with their problems, accept their praise gracefully, you're missing the boat.
Right. And the next one, the final one we'll pick out of the 10?
Is down with mobile. This is something where I think, organizations, I know that everybody gets really busy, mm-hmm. but the hard part is that once we got social media for the desktop down, all of a sudden everybody started to have smartphones.
Right.
And so people are balking a little bit at the idea that now we have to try and optimize our sites and deal with things on smartphones.
Right, but that's the thing about it, as a consumer, it's a channel change, right? Oh, I can't get it on my phone, moving on.
An enormous amount of people check social media on their smartphones every day.
Yeah.
So you need to be aware of that.
This is just one of the several different tools and things that you can find at the Social Capital Conference, right?
That's right.
I love that. And how do people get tickets now that they're interested?
Socialcapitalconference.ca.
Okay.
And the tickets are there and all the sessions are listed, so check it out.
I think this gives anyone from a blogger right up to the professional to a CEO some really good education on how to manage their brand and their actual relationships online, right?
Absolutely.
Very cool information. Sarah Freemark is out and ready for the Tamarack Ottawa race weekend. I believe we're catching up with her in just a few minutes on right now, even in a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, Sarah.